What's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Flex and Rant Show, man. We are back. You happy? Feeling good?
Bruv, you know what? Yeah, I am. You know what I mean? I am. I'm feeling good, bruv. I'm just happy we got the 3 points. I'm just
Last
happy.
minute. You know what? A load of United fans, including nearly me, ran on the pitch. I was about to run on and I saw the stewards coming. I thought, I'm not about to get thrown out and just get blacklisted. Like, I'm not on it. But you know what? That Bournemouth game, like, I said in my review, you guys would have seen it. But for those of you who didn't,
I got the prediction right as well.
You did. You said 2-1, innit? Like, the first half, Rants, man, we were just so poor. Like, our midfield, which is going to be our first talking point, really, but just to sum it up, our midfield was, like, non-existent. Yeah. Like, literally, like, they had Brooks dropping off the front. He was picking up all sorts of dangerous positions. Yeah. They had Fraser bombing down our right-hand side. Matter and Young didn't know what was going on. Yeah. I saw Matter moaning at Fred saying, not me. Pogba slamming his arms down, what's going on? Matic just fucking looking around, not knowing what the hell was going on. And then Jose comes out after the game and says, like, I can't explain it. Like, we've worked solidly for a week on all of Bournemouth's strengths and all of this, and we've worked, bullshit. And it looks like we haven't worked.
We're Manchester United. We shouldn't be working on Bournemouth's strengths. We should have our own strategy. That's always been my problem with Jose. He's too cautious. He always worries about the other team. Why the fuck are we worrying about Bournemouth? Home or away, we should be slapping them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality of it. Like, that is it. He worries way too much about the other team. It's negative, bruv. I've got no time for it. And that's what it is. With Jose, it's not personal with me. The arrogance that a club like Manchester United should have, we don't have it. Do you know what I mean? Do you think that Pep Guardiola's sitting there thinking, oh, you know what? We need to contain Bournemouth today.
No, he just goes and slaps them.
There and slap
like
them.
They slap fucking
run up in their
Southampton
stadium,
6-1.
Smash the seats, throw them everywhere, piss on the, you know what I mean? Piss on the corner flags, blood. That's what them man do. Them man put sixes past people. That's what you do when you believe in your own philosophy, your own quality, and you have that arrogance.
You know what I read as well? I read a stat, don't know if you've seen it, that I hope I get it completely right. It's that the last time since we've won a game like 5-0 or something like that, City have done it 25 times or something, yeah.
This is it. This is my problem, though. Do you know what I mean? That's why I said I'm happy we got that. Jose saying he can't explain it. I can explain it, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not an attacking manager. So because he's not an attacking manager, he's out of his depth when trying to play attacking football. That's all it is.
And it don't work. Away from Jose, because, you know, look, like we say every week, it's not a Jose Mourinho show. It just sometimes a lot of points always lead back to that same...
But that's because he does a lot of talking. He does a lot of talking. So obviously, man have to counter what he's saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he does a lot of talking, bruv. Most of it's negative. So with that, people are always going to have opinions on it. Like, we won. I'm happy we won, bruv. But we were the second best team over the course of the 90 minutes.
Second half, I think, do you know what, I think we done probably just enough to win it. Like, do you see when it got cleared off the line? How Rashford's missed it. When I actually saw the replay, I was actually saying to myself, how the fuck did he miss that? Yeah. Like, you can't, he's 2 yards out, he's just tried to lever it. But that's it. He's just got a side foot into the corner. That's all he had to do.
That's it. He saw the lights, innit? And he just hit at it, whereas because it shows
he kept
his
his
lack of composure for that chance.
For that chance, yeah.
But that's what it was.
And that should have been the game outside. With Pogba, the ball just kind of hit off him. It was just unlucky.
And even the goal, like, he showed, because he wasn't confident to attack it. Like, he kind of took the touch.
And then he waited.
And then he waited and he waited. Because he missed the first one. You see what I mean? And his confidence wasn't there. The composure's not there. But he got the goal, innit?
Yeah, that's all that matters. On our midfield, let's talk about our midfield. Hold tight to people who, you know, we put out the tweets beforehand, and we take some of your topics. So thank you guys for that. Keep those coming. And one of them was talking about our midfield. Let's talk about our midfield. Herrera came on in that game and changed the game. Mourinho said he was the big factor. Fred didn't have a good game. As much as I like him and I want him to do well, he didn't have a good game in the first half, I thought. That divided opinion, but I saw the Sky Sports player ratings afterward. Even they gave him a 4. So, you know, he had a bad game. Does Herrera need to... Matic obviously had a poor game as well. He could have got hooked. What are you thinking about our midfield right now?
I just think that, again, it's down to selection from the manager. Do you know what I mean? Pereira was our best player in pre-season. He's not even making the squad. He's behind McTominay in the pecking order somehow.
How is that? How?
Bruv, only Jose knows.
It must be training. I don't get... maybe
I told man
know.
already, in training, I don't get it. Pereira must be oozing, bruv. You saw the free kick that he binsed in pre-season. Pereira ain't Jose's favourite because my man can't reach the top shelf in Asda's, blood. That's what it is, McTominay, blood. He's 6'3". That can only be it. You know what I'm saying? You look at Ander Herrera, first season under Jose, he was a star man, bruv. He was marking man. Jose loved him, and then Matic came and he threw Herrera under the bus. That's what happened. And then Herrera's confidence went down. and then he lost form.
And then as soon as he does have like a game, it's the typical Jose thing. Hate to bring it back to him, but you had a bad game, so you're gone because you're probably not my favourite. What I think Herrera does, he's been a bit of a forgotten man, innit? Because
bro, man was screaming out for him to have the captain's armband in Jose's first season. He went from that to not being able to get in the squad.
How does that happen? I don't understand. But then he bigs him up massively because he's had a positive game, a good performance, and bigs him up. For me, I think Matic is on like a ticking time bomb in terms of he needs to come out the side. I know Lukaku's not in good form, and rightly so. He's been pushed out the side. And it's not like we're trying to have a vendetta or an agenda to try and push players out the team. But we can only go on what we're seeing. We can only go on the form, and I think would be much better for a midfield with Herrera, say Fred and Pogba.
Yeah, a dynamic midfield
in certain games.
Or even Herrera, Pereira and Pogba, bruv. Sometimes if Fred's not gonna play. But the bottom line is we need guys that are comfortable on the ball, which Herrera is. He presses and he's tenacious in the tackle.
He's that guy who's like, he's not like fantastic at any one attribute. Like he's not an amazing shooter, he's not an amazing dribbler, not an amazing tackler, not the quickest, not the strongest, not the tallest, not the most powerful. But like you said, he's just good in good elements, and he's tenacious. He breaks up the play, and what I love about him, he is willing 100% to do all the dirty work.
Bruv,
and you need a player like that.
He's technically very sound. And the thing is, he's not a number 6, bruv. He can play in the number 8. Herrera can play.
He can play. He can play.
He's a baller, bro. Do you know what I mean? So he's been misused by the manager. He hasn't been treated well in terms of considering that man was screaming on captain's armband after one season, and all of a sudden he's out the squad when Matic comes in, which was handled very poorly. And you could tell Herrera's the kind of guy that, like, even when he's not playing, he comes into training with a smile on his face, keeps his head down, and doesn't cause any
and you
trouble.
can tell he loves the club as well, innit? Like he loves the fans, he loves the club, and he's got that mentality that's like, he's not flashy and all that and flamboyant, but he has a laugh, he has a joke. You see on the socials and stuff. Like I saw him tweet the other day after the goal. You see his celebration. He put a picture of himself that was just running in the stairs, and he was like, when you score a last minute goal and you don't know how to celebrate, so you just run. Like he's a funny guy as well, and the fans like him. He's had a lot of stick. I remember our guy Paul, if you remember him from the first ever fan cam that Paul did. What's Herrera? He's not a box to box. He can't do a killer pass. And I've always said to Paul at that point, I did disagree, because Herrera's not, your name up in lights magician. He's one of the ones where you have to really know your football to appreciate what a good player he can be. Not saying that Paul doesn't know his football,
but he does jobs.
Exactly. Specific. He's like a job specific player.
Like when Jose needed him to man mark Hazard, he done it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it shows that he's got a good football IQ. Like, and he keeps the game very simple. For me, you play him ahead of Matic. Like Herrera could easily play as a number 6.
And that's the question, isn't it? If you're looking at an instant replacement, I think he's an upgrade on Matic in this current time. Like Matic, he keeps giving the ball away. He's bad in possession.
On the ball.
He passes too slowly when he does make the pass. But it feels like, I don't know about you, but I can't see Jose dropping him. I can't
either. But that's the problem.
He loves Matic.
Like literally, Lukaku had to die for man to drop him. And it's the same with Matic. Matic will have to score an own goal or something like that. That costs us a game for him to drop him, And even then, he probably won't. Like Nemanja Matic, bro, he might as well be a rugby player, blood.
He's everything.
And backwards, fam. That's it. He literally, man should play for Harlequins, blood. I don't know why he plays for us. It's a mad thing. Dead food, bro. Like, he tries to dribble, he gets caught on the ball so much. And the thing is, his transition play is so slow. How the hell can we build up attacks? How? We just need you to win the ball and then just pass it 5 yards to the guys that can actually play football, bruv. That's all you need to do. That's what Herrera does. Wins the ball and
does it quickly, quickly to people that can play. And he's not afraid to admit that. Like, he won't go dribbling, trying to take on loads of players. Like, that's out of my remit. Like, boss, that's not what I'm good at.
He knows he ain't got
I'll give it to the players who can play, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel that Matic is not playing well at the moment. And when he came, we were kind of laughing at Chelsea fans saying thank you, because they got Bakayoko at the time. So, he was better than him at the time. And to be fair to Matic, he did put in some good performances towards the beginning, but it slowly just...
He put in some good performances, but also we were just gassed because he was an upgrade currently on what we had. You know what I mean? Man had, like, no disrespect, but like guys like Schneiderlin and that when my man came in. So to get Matic, and obviously he's an upgrade. So obviously everyone's buzzing. But now reality's set in, and also... Not only is he not mobile, but this guy, he picks up little niggles all over the gaff. Like, you know what I mean? He's always got a niggle here, had it up and this, that and the other, and he's the wrong side of 30. So he's not gonna get any better. Like the Matic that we've got now is the best he's ever gonna
he's
be.
peaked. He's peaked. He's on the way down. He's on the way down. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. He's in descent, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, our manager likes to buy players like that. That have either had their best days and they're on their way down, fam.
It's not a good look. But like I said, the biggest point for me is that you're looking at it. Matic is everything that Mourinho wants in a player. Like,
but this is it.
That's the problem.
He would play 11 Matiches, blood. Like if he could. Like I'm all for try Matic at centre half or something. Like why?
He'll probably do alright at centre half.
He'll do alright at centre half. He's got the size. He's good on the ball. He can play it out. He's not quick, but he doesn't need to be. If he played a 3 there,
he could easily be one of them 3.
Bro, I'd play him at centre back, bro. You know what I mean? If Daly can play centre back, so can Matic. You know what I mean?
Fred, yeah. Be honest. I sat next to a fan. I'll tell you a little thing. At the Bournemouth game, there's a fan next to me, and Fred was having a stinker in the first half. He was giving the ball away, like Matic was as well, but Fred really was. And the guy next to me said, "See, shit, mate. It's Brazilian. He's shit. He's the only Brazilian who didn't even get a minute in the World Cup. This is why we're buying substandard players from shit teams like Shakhtar Donetsk, and he's shit. He's not as good as we all think he is. Get him off. He's shit." That's what he said.
That's where Willian and Douglas Costa came
and
from.
Mkhitaryan. And Fernandinho, you know, so that's what I'm saying. I don't agree with that.
Need to do their research.
Exactly, I did say that to him straight after, but he was like, yeah, but look, but then every time I was trying to make it, you know, the curse of the comments, I was trying to say, nah, Fred can play, then he just give the ball away, and I was like, he had a bad game. Is he? Do we think that he's like better than he actually is, or he's just not been given a chance?
It's our system, fam. If he was at Man City, he'd be oozing, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's 2-footed. He's comfortable on the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? He can take free kicks, set pieces, everything. He's a good player. He's not had a consistent run in the team, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
They won't give him one. And
well, there you go.
And it keeps going back to... I'm trying to, like... Do you know what it is, right? Like, it's hard, isn't it?
That's why I'm so staunch, bruv, that I'm not changing. Because when everyone's like, oh, Martial's doing really well now. No, he's not, bruv. He's doing what he was doing before Alexis came. 3 out of 5 player of the months. He got 3 out of a possible 5. Do you understand? That's what he was doing. He was scoring winning goals. He scored a winning goal the game before the Tottenham game, bruv. And then he got moved to right wing.
Was it Burnley, I think? Burnley away? He scored a winning goal.
Something like that. Bruv, understand, he was doing that anyway.
He was doing bits.
So we're not seeing anything different. All we're seeing is he's actually, for the first time under the manager, has been given a sustained run in the team.
Which we've said all along.
Which is what I said that he needed. That's all he needed. And even when he wasn't getting a run in, he was averaging a goal or an assist every 91 minutes, the best in the whole squad. And now he's averaging a goal every 100 minutes, a goal, not even the assist.
I saw a stat, yeah. Gary Neville was comparing. Now we've gone on to Martial. We weren't even going to go there, but just while the conversation's just taken us that way. That's why I love this show, because it just kind of we got a little agendas going on and topics, but if it comes, it comes.
Yeah, bro.
Gary Neville was like dissecting him on Monday Night Football. I don't know if you saw it.
No,
and he basically said, you know, I look at him and I'm not sure sometimes, but then I look at the other side and I've done some stat digging. His goals and that are not far off, or pretty much the same as Hazard. And Hazard's and for goals per minute, his goals per minute is better than Hazard's. And like, look, I'm not out here trying to say, oh, he's way better than Hazard. See, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, this is the type of player that we actually have at our disposal. Like, his range should be off.
Yeah.
He should be set free to go and roast teams, and only now we're seeing that. But it's the fact that it's taken this long, and Gary Neville even said it. He was like, this boy is special.
He's a worldie, bro. That's why I'm angry, because he's been abused and misused by this manager. Abused and misused. Like, the guy's so good. He would have had a World Cup medal if he was playing for anyone else other than Jose Mourinho.
And they talk about the mentality. He's had to have the mentality of not getting on with the manager. Whichever way you look at it, I'm not standing here and saying it's all Jose's fault. I know Rants is saying that, but
I am.
Yeah, I know you are.
Straight.
But even for your neutrals, you know, whether you see it as only Mourinho's fault or only Martial's fault, however you look at it, he still raised his game. Now, some of you could say, yeah, damn right, he's on 100,000 pounds a week or whatever. Exactly, they're human beings, and he was getting dug out and he was in a bad place, and he thought he was potentially going to be leaving the club, maybe even tried to, but he has raised his game, and that's one thing that you can't take away from him. Excuse me. And he is, I'm not going to say single-handedly winning us games, but him and Pogba are turning up. The two players that, you know, Mourinho hasn't really got on well with. Away from that. So just to finish off on the midfield thing, what's your ideal midfield 3?
Herrera, Fred and Pogba for now.
Depending on what game it is?
Depending on what game it is. If it's a physical game, maybe you take Fred out. Do you know what I'm saying? But Herrera has to start.
So I remember when Fellaini was in there, yeah, against like Burnley and a game before that, he was doing all right.
He was all right screening. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm not trying to see Fellaini and Matic in the same team. It's too static. I think that's where we struggle. Both of them have no legs. Yeah. They kill Pogba. Pogba can't be with two men that can't move up and down the park because Pogba needs freedom, innit?
Yeah. And he needs options.
Yeah, so you need a Herrera that's good on the ball and can play quickly. Fred can play quickly. The only thing is with Fred, because of the speed of the game and the physicality of the game, he's a small guy and he's taken him a while to acclimatise. But so what? You let my man play himself into form because you let Lukaku play his way into form, bro.
And out of it.
And out of it. Man do nothing, bro. Like, man play over 900 minutes without contributing with a goal or an assist. And he's still playing. Do you know what I mean? So what? Fred's allowed to have one bad game. So what?
Just won't give him the confidence, and that's the thing. One fan said to me, I don't know if you see, I'll put the fan cam up. I was asking him about Lukaku, just because it just came up, and he said, "Fuck Lukaku." Like he reminds me of Welbeck. He could just fuck off to Arsenal.
I remember that.
But then even the Arsenal fans are saying, "Hold on, Welbeck's got more goals than Lukaku." They wouldn't even take him.
This is it, bruv. I'd take Welbeck now, blood, over him.
Oh, right.
I would.
Rants.
He's done out here, blood. At least Welbeck can run. Fam, at least Welbeck can run, fam. You know what I mean? At least he'll give you the work rate. I don't know if I'll take. They're both pony, blood.
I don't. That's what
They're both pony, but one runs and one doesn't.
Like, so you swap Welbeck for thing, right?
I've got the numbers in it. I got the stats, blood. I got the stats, and when I see the amount of touches that this guy's had in like 900 minutes compared to the touches that other players have on the ball in half that time, it shows. He's not mobile, he doesn't move. So because he doesn't move, he don't get on the ball as much as he should, bruv, because he's very static. You don't need that.
He is. I've got to ask you this then. Not just you, I'll answer as well. I've seen a lot of fans kind of saying, oh, people are quick to forget like what Rom's done, like he scored a lot of goals. Leading scorer for Belgium already. He scored a lot of goals at United, 29 last year or 28, whatever it was.
Not enough.
Are we? And they're saying they can't wait for him to start scoring again. Then you'll be screaming his name.
No.
Like, you know, obviously when he scores, we're gonna celebrate. I keep saying that. Like, it's not like I want these guys to fail. Like, we don't want to see players playing shit. We don't want to see it. But when we do, and we see it consistently, you have to look at what's best for the team. Are we being a little bit fickle in terms of like just dissing Rom and happy he's out of the team?
No, because I always said that man weren't good enough. Like, I always said it.
All right. Oh, what this then?
Bro,
what if he comes back?
United number 9 my whole life, blood. Do you know what I mean? And to think that man grew up watching real bad man. Man watch Andy Cole, and then we're watching like Rooney and Van Persie and Van Nistelrooy, and then we get that, bruv. Like, it's a whole 2 levels below, blood. Like, realistically, it is. It's a good 2 tiers below. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the reality of it. Like, at Manchester United, it's not just, you can't just be a goal scorer, bruv. Like, you have to be more than that. Even when Coley came, from Newcastle banging in goals, the man said to him, you know what, just scoring goals ain't enough, bro. Like, scoring 40-odd goals ain't enough. You got to improve your all-around game. And the thing is, he doesn't contribute enough, bro. Like,
when he's not scoring, he doesn't give you anything.
Nothing.
And that's the difference. Like, you look at Harry Kane, you look at Aguero, you look at all the top strikers. Yeah, Glenn Murray.
But he's a handful, even when he's not scoring, though.
I said it in the thing. I just love Glenn Murray. He always comes to my head. I don't know why. I'd have him. I would have him. But what I'm saying is, if Lukaku's not scoring, he offers you nothing, and that's the problem. Those other strikers I just mentioned,
but that was the
they
same
put it about, they hold on to the ball. Even Chicharito.
Why did we get rid of Chicharito? Because when he wasn't scoring goals in the box, he was useless because he had no feet outside. He couldn't link, and that's exactly what Lukaku is.
He was an absolute poacher.
Exactly, except Lukaku, is 3 times the size of him, but plays a similar kind of game. Like, I don't want no 6'3", 15 stone tapping merchant, bruv. Man don't want that. If you're that big, put yourself about, bruv. Let man know you're there. What are you doing?
All right, lastly on Lukaku, if he comes back, Rants, refreshed,
and scores 20 goals,
revitalised, and hits the ground running, and Jose does say, I told you so, are you going to take that L?
Jose can't say nothing, blood, because man's already dropped him. You know what I'm saying?
Rants.
You dropped your guy, blood. You dropped your guy, innit? Play Alexis up front.
So I'm just checking with the cameraman. Can you guys still hear us? Is the levels up? Sorry.
Nah, bro.
Rants. Sometimes.
He's dead. Bro, I'm telling you, there's nothing
I try,
can
you know.
do.
For those of you who say Rants is always negative, I try to get him to see the other side.
I'm just the realest guy, bruv. Man puts, bruv, like when I tell
Alright,
you,
so
like,
if he
his
does-
shot conversion rate is a mad thing, bro.
Yeah, it's awful. I was playing FIFA against Mark yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, lot have seen the FIFA live screen of me and Mark, and Lukaku had a tap in, booted it over the bar, and Mark's like, that's the Lukaku we know and hate. This is why FIFA's got it spot on. This is even FIFA know
This
the
guy
deal.
doesn't shoot from outside the box, yeah, and his last 20 shots, yeah, he's got less than 50% of them on target, bruv. And he doesn't shoot from outside the box. He's not a Harry Kane that gets it out of his feet and has a
Shift it,
speculative
bang,
shot.
yeah.
Bruv, he doesn't shoot unless he's sure that he can score. But somehow
So back to my question, Rants. If he comes back and proves you wrong, maybe sheds a couple pounds, looks a different player.
He shouldn't be nowhere near the team.
If
Nowhere.
Rants.
Yeah. Nowhere near the team,
All right,
blood.
let's move on.
Man have
Let's
Rashford
move on.
and Alexis and Tony all ahead of man, bruv. Like, you shouldn't be in nowhere near.
I'm trying to paint the perfect picture, you know. Just
No.
all right. Say Martial comes out of form, Alexis comes out of form, Rashford hasn't scored in 10 games, so we're forced to switch it up again. And Lukaku comes back and starts bagging. Are you going to take the L?
Yeah, but it won't happen. You know what? It won't happen, bro.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Pigs flying all over my head.
Right.
Making sandwiches. Ain't happening, bro.
All right, we're moving on, Rants. We're going from the top of the pitch. This is kind of like a player-focused Fletch and Rant show today. A lot of it's usually always about Jose, and we just, a lot of points usually link back to the manager, so we apologise if it kind of
Bruv, it
sounds,
has to,
you know what I'm
bruv,
saying?
because
They do.
he's the general, innit?
There you
so
go.
At the end of the day, if he's steering the ship, yeah, then all roads lead back to who's steering the ship,
There
bruv.
you
That's
go.
just how it is.
Who's the captain? No, man, I don't mean literally Pogba being stripped of the captaincy. I mean who's the one steering the ship, like Rant says. Drop your views and comments on that. Let us know what you guys think about the midfield situation. Should Herrera be getting more game time? Do we think Fred's better than he is? Does he just need more
Why
game
isn't
time?
Pereira in the
Where is
squad?
Pereira? Why is he not even getting a sniff? You know, like players like McTominay are ahead of him, and you know when Fellaini gets back fit again, he's going to be on that bench.
Yep.
Let's go from the top end of the pitch to the back end of the pitch. I'm going to talk about one defender who is playing very well right now. First, before I talk about another defender, Victor Lindelof.
Yeah.
He's starting to show put in some good performances and show that he could be a player, man. Like, he's composed on the ball, he can pass with both feet,
Yep.
and he's surprisingly athletic. He's not overly big or anything like that, but he's quite elegant on the ball and he can put it about. He's not scared of a tussle as well.
Bruv, he's a Viking, bruv. Well, man are not
Swedish Viking.
Yeah, bruv, man are not surprised by that. You know what I mean? He's athlete, unit, composed, great player. Always said he was going to be good, though. Do you know what I'm saying? And I watched him in the World Cup. The guy can play. It's just that he needed the confidence and needed a run of games. Like, the topic just keeps recurring.
Going back
blood.
to. I'm trying to steer him away from Jose. I'm trying to.
A run of games, bruv. Everyone's like, oh, Lindelof just got good. No, he looks great in a Swedish shirt. The reason why he weren't looking good for us is because he knows if he makes one mistake, he gets pulled out. Remember at the beginning of the season, bruv, he made one mistake. I think he gave away a penalty.
It's Huddersfield.
Yeah, he gave away.
What, this season or the... No, last year,
season.
it was Huddersfield. He let the ball bounce
Yeah,
and then they
let the
went
ball
through and
bounce.
scored and then we didn't see him
Then
after
after that, we didn't see him, man. That's the thing with my guy, bruv. I don't even want to say his name, bruv. You make one mistake, man's pulling you out.
Rants. I know what reaction I'm going to get from you from
This
this,
is
but,
it.
but, you know I always play devil's advocate. What about giving a bit of praise to Jose? Because let me finish.
Why?
Yeah?
'Cause Phil Jones is
No,
injured,
no,
and
wait.
he fell out with Eric Bailly, blood.
See,
So
you
he didn't
won't
have
let
no
me.
choice, blood.
He won't. Rants.
He didn't have a choice.
Let
bruv.
me finish. What about... he doesn't want to let me say it.
No, 'cause bullshit.
What about, giving a bit of praise to Jose because he took these players, took people like Lindelof out the firing line, let them see where they're going wrong, and then they come back better. They come back stronger.
That's bullshit, blood. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's absolutely.
So you think there's a little bit of that?
So why didn't he take Lukaku out the firing line straight away, blood? Why did he wait 900 minutes, flipping 11 games and that, to take man out the firing? It's bullshit. He pulls out the guys that he don't like, bruv. You know what I mean? Why is Matic still in the team, blood? He hasn't had a good game probably in the last 10 at least. But man's still there. It's got nothing to do with performance. It's all about who he likes and who he doesn't. Understand, Eric Bailly was his guy, and then he fell out with Eric Bailly, and now Eric Bailly can't even get in the team, bruv. So now Lindelof's there because Jones is injured. Who else was going to play?
So you think he's stumbling upon these
Bruv, of
changes?
course. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all it is. That's all it is. If Lukaku was scoring the odd tap in every 3 games, he would still be in the team.
He would still be in the team. It's only because it got so bad. Even Joe had to say, "Hey, boy, Rom, boy,
this is it.
You can't. Even I can't justify this."
That is it. Like, it is clear. There's a lot of things that we can see. We can see that Matic has been shit and he's not contributing. But until he does something wild, he's going to continue to play. And this is it. Lindelof is good for Sweden. He's getting a run of games, so now people are seeing how good he is. Bailly needs a run of games. He has never been given a run of games. Martial got a run of games, and all of a sudden now, yeah, like 5 and 4.
It's not coincidence.
Run of games. Players need that. They need that confidence to know that, you know what, if I have a bad game, I'm still playing next match. Alexis needs a run of games in one position.
Yeah, not like this freelance thing, just like a freelance journalist just all over the place, bruv, just turning up at anywhere. Just play him in the 9, man, or even on the right. Like, again, when he went to the right against Bournemouth, he looked all right. He just holds the ball well. He links the play all right, and he stretches teams. Like, I still think his best position for us will be centrally.
Yes.
But I just think Jose's begging to put Rom in at any.
Bruv,
as soon as he's fit again.
Juventus,
even Juventus, like
Juventus and City. One of them 2 games.
I think both fronts. Do you know what I think? I was going to do that at the end of the show, but we'll do it now again because it's naturally gone there. I think if Rom is actually injured, then no. But I think if he's fit for these next 2 games, which are massive games, I think he wants his big players in there. I think Rom goes straight in. Matic will definitely play, and I think we'll be back to square one. I hope I'm wrong. I'm not going to say I hope Rom is injured because I don't want anyone to be injured. But I just hope that my gut feeling is not right. Like, I hope I'm wrong because I want to see Alexis up front or Rashford up front to try and stretch them.
Alexis gave us something that we haven't had all season. He was stretching teams. He held the ball very well. He
got the assist as well.
His touch is banging, bro. Yeah, like when you fizz it into him, bam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He looks after the ball.
And he can drop a shoulder, draw a foul, do all the things you expect a top striker to do. Yeah. There's no reason he can't do what Bobby Firmino does for Liverpool.
Yeah, he could be a false 9 all day.
He could easily do that for us because he's got all the attributes. He works hard, and put him in that box, bruv, he's scoring. Do you know what I'm saying? He can get half a yard out, bang a shot. The guy has all the tools to be the guy that leads the line for us. He has it. It's just that we need to play in a pressing system, and it can work, bro. Like I've been saying it, the press. Him, Martial, Rashford, or even I'd play Jesse Lingard on the right, play Martial on the left, and play Sanchez down the middle, bro.
And then when you want to make a sub on that or whatever, you can take out
Rashford,
Jesse, bring on Rashford. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Herrera pressing in the midfield. You can play Herrera, Pogba, and Andreas or Fred. And then, man, if you're playing a pressing and that front 6 pressing and winning the ball high up the pitch, you're going to create a lot of chances, man. But having Lukaku up front is mad static, bro. And the thing is, Jose just likes that, innit? He likes that big target man. United have never played with a target man our whole lives. Never. Even when we had Berber, Berber's touch was silky.
He was unbelievable.
And we had man around him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He wasn't just a target man.
He wasn't just a target man. He could play.
He used to run in the channels, bring the ball down, cushion it down over his shoulder, boom.
He used to pick up the ball by the corner flag. Like, even the goal, the West Ham goal, yeah, that Ronaldo scored when Berber done the little cheeky
what was that,
spin.
Blackburn? Was it West Ham?
I think it was West Ham.
Yeah, but on the byline,
he
with
spun,
the
man,
goal.
and then pinged it across. He was running the channels.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? He was
intelligent. He wasn't the quickest, but up here he's got it.
He weren't a target man, and United have never played with a target man. Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, we're not built like a United team.
We've never played the football that we're playing at the moment under this manager.
We're built like an Inter Milan or built like a Chelsea, bruv. That's not us.
When we were talking about Lindelof, I was going to go on to Bailly.
Yeah.
The forgotten man, the guy who can't even get any minutes at all.
He was our best centre-half.
Was our best centre-half in patches last year.
And the year before, the year he came, he was dynamite.
What's going to happen there, man? I'm a bit worried because
there's a lot of rumours saying that he wants out.
Yeah,
he loves the club, but he's not getting on with Jose.
And I'd be disappointed. Is there another argument to that though, that we haven't actually seen enough of him to actually definitely say he's as good as we think he is?
We've seen enough. You know what I mean? He's put in some big performances, and when we had worse defenders, I'm saying he put in some big performances. When Smalling wasn't confident, wasn't playing well. By his quality, he's got pace. He's good on the ball. Yeah, he's a bit rash sometimes, but he's young.
But with the Vidic and Ferdinand thing, you had that. So Lindelof could be the Ferdinand.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they're a little bit downgrades on them players, but
And
what I'm
then,
saying is, but then Bailly could be the Vidic, the
the
one
guy
who
that
puts
cleans
his head on
people out
anything,
and does it.
gets
But
bloody
that's what
noses
Smalling
and
does as well.
Yeah.
Smalling gets stuck in, he sticks his foot round the back and that, and he picks up stupid fouls. Bruv, you need that. You need the partnership. For me, Eric Bailly, as well, his pace, man. Like he's just
He's an athlete.
Bruv, he's a quality player, man.
So
But
who should be the centre back pairings then?
the two centre backs that we bought, because Smalling and Jones, bruv, them man have been there since Sir Alex Ferguson days, bruv. Like, how are we evolving as a team, but we're still relying on players that Fergie had? That's a joke.
I will be with Smalling. I think Smalling. He can go on like a run of games. He does what Smalling does. He goes on like a run of games where he's confident, he's playing well, and then he hits a patch, like where he's just goes back to being dog shit again.
He proves that he's not a first team player.
Yeah, he can't do it
You know
consistently.
what I'm saying? Like he could just come on like how Wes used to come on for us, but Wes was way better than him.
Yeah, he could read the game.
Wes was a baller.
Yeah.
But that's the difference in our squad now.
Yeah.
You know the ones, because Wes is better than any centre back that we have now. However, like it's the equivalence, because obviously we're a level down as an 11. So for me, Smalling's a good guy to bring in. It's just like Valencia's good to bring in at right back when we've got an injury. But
That's
I don't
it.
want him starting every game.
No way.
If he's starting every game,
I
Smalling's
think
starting
do you know
every
what,
game.
on that though, because we are talking about defenders, I think we are pretty much seeing that now. I think he's slowly edging him out. I know Jose said the other.
It was the Instagram thing though.
Yeah, he
I
said
did tell
he
you,
was injured.
I told you.
He has still said he's injured.
Man
He
said,
has still said he's injured.
Said man had a mouth injury or something. But it's lies.
No, the other day he said.
Yeah, then he said something about his knee.
He said that he put on his Instagram that he's training hard and working hard, but Jose said what he should have said is he's training hard separately away from the team because he's not fit enough to train.
But Jose was just firing shots, blood, because he mentioned Instagram. Man didn't need to mention Instagram. You know what I was like? Why you bring up Instagram?
Jose knows what he's doing.
You know, man liked a picture about you getting sacked, blood. That's why. And that's why he's out the squad. Don't get it twisted, innit? Yeah, he might have a niggle, but that's not why he wasn't playing. You fell out with him. Valencia ain't getting back into that squad and holding down his space again. Him and Bailly are dead out here for Jose.
Yeah, I really hope Bailly can find a way, and I hope he doesn't leave, but I don't know, man. In the summer is a whole different thing. Listen, let us know what you guys think about the defence situation. Let us know about the forgotten man, Bailly, Lindelof going from strength to strength. Obviously, Chris Smalling in there, and Valencia not in the side at the moment. Ashley Young's doing all right at right back.
Yeah, well,
He's doing all right
better than left back, because he loves to cut in, bruv. You know the ones there.
He's doing all right at right back. I gotta give him his dues.
I like him at right back. He don't take too many touches and he just hits it down the line.
And he's got a good end.
He just whips it down.
And do you know what? He's I kind of feel weird about Ashley Young because I've given him so much stick
He's a
before
squad player.
because he's not a proper right back, so you can't really. But for someone who's not a proper right back,
reinvented himself.
And I rate that. I rate his attitude and his mentality to say, look, I've been given a third chance, let's say, under this manager. Some may not have wanted me to get it, but I'm going to take it with two hands.
I'll give him an extra year. I said it. He's great in the change room.
And he's good at set pieces.
You can see him giving it some on the pitch as well. Like he chats shit to the opposition.
Yeah,
like
he does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's there. If something like Fred got pushed over, and he's there. He
bro.
backs it.
Like
He backs
you need
it.
Ashley.
The dressing room and he's the sort of guy, you know what I mean? He make the glue stick, and like if someone's fighting or something, he's there. Like if someone's having an argument on the pitch or someone's trying to take the piss out of his players or what, he backs
there,
it.
Bro. He's there. You know what I mean? I remember when we asked Dele Alli how many Premier Leagues he won and that. Bro, Youngie all day, innit? Like I don't want to see him starting week in, week out, but he's a valuable member of the squad, innit?
He is.
So
definitely.
I think that he's well worth his position in the team at the moment.
Definitely, 100%. Right, we're gonna just finish off on the last thing. These next two games coming up, obviously Juventus and City. What's a good return on that, realistically? Like we're in a
points, blood. Yeah, that's a good return. Any points.
We're in a decent little patch. We're not playing amazing in over 90 minutes.
I think it's smokes and mirrors, to be honest. Like, you know the ones that smoke and mirrors, bro. People saying we're in a good run of form, but really we ain't really played no one, and also like. Like the Bournemouth game, we just won. You know, Everton
same
as
thing.
well. It's the same thing. Like
Chelsea drew.
We're not playing well. Like we're just in decent form on paper.
I would take.
If we play like we played against Bournemouth, against any of these teams, we are getting slapped.
I would take 2 draws as like if you just asked me, would I bite your hand off?
I would take that. Home.
But you see the City game.
Yeah.
Everything suggests we should get smoked. Again, like the Chelsea game.
That's why we could do a madness.
Yeah. And Rand, you got to say, it's a derby game, bro. Form
Yeah,
goes out the window.
it does.
Anything can happen. Look, last year, like, we were supposed to hold some serious smoke last year,
Yep.
and we did in the first half, and we should have been probably 4-0 down.
Yeah, but last year we were defending better.
Exactly.
You know, we
So,
conceded nearly more goals than we've scored, fam.
There
Like,
you
when
go.
has that ever been the case?
So I still feel there's a bit of unpredictability about that derby in terms of the whole footballing world would expect us to get piped, but
Yeah.
I think there's a chance we could do that. We could do it. I do.
I think it'll either be really tight or we're gonna get blazed. It's not gonna. It's
Juventus,
one
I
or the
can't see
other.
us winning.
Yeah.
I can't see
No,
us
I think
winning.
it's
I
one
think
or
the best
other.
case a draw.
I think we'll actually defend really well for once. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere, or it's gonna be a bloodbath, fam. Because our man conceded like what 18 goals or something this season
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
What the fuck is that? Like seriously, you know what I mean, that don't make no sense. So because of that, like all roads point towards just an absolute slapping. However, because it's a derby game, I just think the players will raise it.
Yeah, exactly. And think of like the players who are playing quite well at the moment. Your Pogba's, your Martials.
But
if
will
Matt
they
gets
be
on the ball,
allowed to play with that same freedom against Man
Down the
City?
tactics.
Because he might set up like he set up against Juventus.
And
if
Chelsea.
he does, we'll get killed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to
But
say?
play like we did in the second half against Chelsea, which is fuck this. Let's actually go at these and let's try.
And that was only after the goal, though.
But if we get a positive result in Turin, like a draw or like a even if we lost but we were attacking and it was tight and we was like, you know what, we missed a few chances. If we create chances and we're just unlucky or the morale's up, it can put us in a good space for the City game. But if we get piped out there, then it can change. Listen, guys, thank you for watching. We love doing this. You know, you guys have been screaming for a lot more content. Well, we're in talks. We're in talks with Mark for the second show on United Stand, and we're starting up a Patreon thing as well. Keep an eye on our socials for more information about that launching this week. We love it, man. We love you guys' support, and we're so grateful that you guys are, you know, continuing to give us feedback. And this is why we do it, man, because you lot enjoy it. Plus our passion for the club as well. Drop your views in the comments on everything that we spoke about so far in this video. And what we'll do, Rants, I think I like that. Tweeting out before we start filming,
Yeah.
and we'll take some of your topics, innit?
Yeah, 100%, man. Just keep it interactive. Keep an eye on the Twitters. Obviously, at FlexUTD and at Rants and Bants. We're always interacting with you guys. So let us know what topics you want us to cover.
And make sure you guys share this video, man. Let you know, spread it to another United fan or a rival fan who wants to see what we're up to. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of that going on because they think we're Banter FC. I know you guys are subscribed to United Stand, but make sure you like and share the video to just get that exposure, guys. See you lot next week.